Watch me go, go, never slow, slow. Make 'em roll. Watch me go, go, go. Watch me go, go.
What is up, guys? E-Drift here. Finally, been away for a little while from the channel. Do greatly appreciate all the support you guys have been giving on the channel. And we are here with a major scale shop update, RC drift, RC crawling, RC garage, RC trailer. Oh my gosh, we have so much to unpack. Timestamps will be down in the video description. Obviously, you can pick out, the certain sections that you're looking for in particular, but this is going to be a huge update video on what's going on with Scale Shop, Scale Garage, some of my drift setups as well, what's changed with those, and as well as my RC crawling has actually done some changes as well, so on the Scottsdale. So there's going to be a lot to unpack in this video. Please make sure you check the timestamps in the video description, and I'll also put links down there for some of the stuff that you're going to see in this video. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into the huge Scale Shop RC update. All right, welcome back to the RC garage here. We have changed a couple small little things in the garage itself, but not much since my last video. I still have not gotten the door to be functioning yet. That's a project to come along the way. We have added a new friend, a new family member here. Yes, he is part of the squad here. This is Nitro. That's Nitro, our little RC Scale Garage dog. We added a commode to the game room upstairs, so now we don't have to worry about any issues with restroom problems. As far as the Scale Shop, I think that's about it for updates on the Scale Shop. Oh, I did add this little layer of brick here on the front. Instead of having it just be that plain wood, I just wrapped it with that same brick sticker that I did on the outside of the shop as well. We'll get to the trailer soon. But yeah, so I want to make sure I did this in order. So I wanted to talk about the Scale Garage first, and I do apologize. I have not done more to it. I kind of got to a point where I was really happy with the way it was looking, and I just haven't made any big changes. But changes to come, I want to add railing to this top part, obviously, make it look a little bit more unsafe so people can't just fall off the second ledge in the loft. We're probably going to add some railing to these steps here as well. And I would like to get the door to be functioning, something that we can put some, like a chain roll-up door, something simple, nothing too fancy, nothing like that. But, oh, I don't know if I showed you last time, but I did get this Scale chopper right here. Check this thing out, man. So this is I think it's a West Coast Customs die-cast 10th scale chopper, man. Love this bike. It's beautiful. The detail on it is really impeccable for just something that's gonna sit in the background and just add to your garage flavor. But man, I love the look of the rims and everything. The colors, they just pop in the garage. I got rid of the other bicycle. It was smaller. It was not quite the 10th scale, so I went ahead and got rid of that. As you can see here, let's go ahead and go into the Scottsdale first, man. Wow, the Scottsdale. Where do I even start? Well, we've done a ton of work to the Scottsdale. As you can see, we have definitely started to break this bad boy in and work on that nice patina paint job that we're going to have ultimately. But we ended up, I ended up taking out the wheels and tires, the stock ones, which are right here. They're really nice tires, actually. These are the stock tires that it comes with, and good heavy tire too. Nice offsets. This tire here that I changed it to is the same outside diameter. Might be just a little bit taller, but it's more narrow. So as you can see, this wheel here, the stock tires got a little bit more sideways, a little bit more width on that. And of course, the wheel size is bigger. These are the 1.9s, and then these are the 1.55s. I really like the 1.55s because I love the look of that smaller rim with that nice beefy tire. However, after putting these tires on here, and I lowered the Scottsdale. I ended up lowering it, taking it down to you know, a couple inches lower with some Bilstein RC4 wheel drive Bilstein shocks. I went down, I think 65 or 60 millimeters, and while it looked fantastic, I'll pop some pictures of what it looks like lowered. It looked absolutely fantastic, but as far as you know, riding on the trails, it really hung up. It really kept getting hung up on everything. The bumpers just are so massive on this that having every little bit of ground clearance that you can get is honestly better for doing, you know, medium to some light to medium rock crawling, which is what I want to do with this. I want to do trail runs with this. I want to do a little bit of light to medium rock crawling with this. I really want to make this thing capable, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do some upgrades, but I decided to go ahead and put back the stock lift. This thing has been lifted back up to the out of the box shocks, and we put the toe blocks back in underneath the leaf springs there. You can see there is the toe blocks. I had removed those and was just running the leafs. I have tuned the suspension as well. I have removed all of the very small leaves. We went ahead and raised it back up. Everything is back to factory settings for the height and everything. The only thing we've done is we've removed all the small springs, and we've made sure that all of the springs that were in the shocks are removed. So now this thing has quite a bit of movement. It's nice and soft now, nice soft suspension. It still needs a lot of braking in. That's the thing about these leaf trucks. They need a ton of braking in, but once you get them braking in, they're really nice. So that's what we did with that. As far as everything else is, we changed it to 3S LiPo in the ESC. It's set out of the box to nickel metal hydride. I wanted to run it on LiPo, so all you have to do is take this little plug that comes with it and switch it from the nickel metal hydride setting to the LiPo setting. And I went ahead and put in a 3S LiPo, and I have one right here to show you. Give me 1 second. Alright, so for the crawling, I just picked up one of these Ovonic 3S 2200 mAh 35C pack, which is more than enough for this bad boy. And man, it really woke it up. I would say it's probably almost twice as fast as a nickel metal hydride. Definitely has a little bit shorter runtime though with that brushed motor. It's just a brushed motor is just more inefficient. But on the nickel metal hydride, I think it would run a little bit longer because it's a larger pack. But anyway, I'm happy with just took up a couple of these packs there. Definitely happy with those packs. And yeah, so we got this on 3S. We have raised it back up. I have larger tires coming on the way, as well as we're going to be installing these RAS 1.55 lock rings that are weighted. So these are a lot heavier than the aluminum rings that come with the wheels. So this should help us add a little bit of weight down low to help with that center of gravity. Keep this truck from wanting to flip over so easy because she's top heavy. And we also got these little Nova foams that we may end up using these in the new tires that come, but I think the tires that are coming are going to be too big for these, so we might just throw those vanquishes in there. We want to upgrade our foam game. We want to make sure that we give this thing the best possible grip that it possibly can get. So going to take these tires off, put the larger tires on, fill in with some really good high quality foam inserts. We're going to add some weighted wheel rings as well. Go ahead and pick up the weight down low a little bit better, and the tires are going to be heavier too. So with it being more weight down low, it's going to help to keep this thing from wanting to flip so much, because this body is heavy. Oh boy, this is a hard plastic body. This thing is like a freaking tank. You can see like all the chips and gouges I was getting on this thing, like getting all over the rocks and stuff. Having a blast though. I mean, ton of fun. We've done a complete overhaul on the interior, guys. Complete overhaul. we have added a driver. I'll try to get a shot of the driver there. There's our driver. He is a 6-inch figure, and he was the perfect size. You see, I've hand painted the seats. The interior has been completely hand painted. I added a couple little details there, such as a magazine, a soda can, and a couple of tools there in the center console. Little bolt, little screw, little wrench. Just funny little things, you know, that you might see in a work truck like this, or a nice big old 4-wheel drive truck. Added the aluminum foil to the seat there, and everything is glued in. Everything you see is glued in except for the driver. He's just sitting there. And even down low, if you look down here in the floor, I added some scale detail as well. I added the cup on the floor, as well as the oil cleanup rag and some trash, just to kind of make it look a little more realistic, because that's that's normally what we do when we have these trucks, you know, and we don't have a trash can nearby. Now you just chuck it in the floor and wait till you get to the gas station or whatever and throw it away, right? No different on this. There we go. That's way better lighting. Let's go ahead and show you this again with some better lighting. But right there, you can see I hand painted the interior. Not perfect. Definitely, was a little bit challenging to get this paint to look like, to separate the blue highlights. I went ahead and painted the door panels as well, added some blue trim. I just wanted to brighten up the interior. This interior came all completely like black. Everything was black inside, just real boring, real dull. I painted the dash as well, as you can see, hopefully. And now this thing is really looking scale. We added some accessories in the tailgate section. We glued these in, a couple little details. We glued those in. And let's talk about some of the things we did to beef up this truck, because I'm going to run these posts in the back, even though they look a little silly. I would rather have them to help with the back getting caught up and wanting to rip up, because the problem is if you're doing crawling with this, and you're not just riding on just trails, if you're actually crawling on rocks, the bumpers get hung up, and if you don't have these put in, it's going to constantly be pulling up your truck bed constantly and just wearing on your side screws. So we just added these little grub screws instead of actually screwing into the screw holes. They give you screws, but we just added little grub screws, and now you can just pull it out and the body will come off. You don't have to unscrew bolts anymore. So those little grub screws just hold it in there pretty securely too. I ended up upgrading and adding these RC4 wheel drive aluminum body mounts. This is for a different model trail finder, but it worked. It did fit. I was able to get the metal to fit, but I had to add all these nuts and spacers. I just didn't have any metal spacers at the time, but it works. I got it in there. It's secure. And it's more beefy than the plastic ones. Those plastic body mounts will break really easily. So, all right. And let's go ahead. Other side, we got the grub screws. So you can see that's how the body is attached on the side. And that seems to hold the body on pretty well, especially for some, light to medium crawling. So that's everything we've done. Update on Scottsdale. Like I said, I got bigger tires coming. We're going to put those on with the stock ride height. I think that's going to be great. I think that's going to be give us a lot more ground clearance and give us more versatility to be able to use this and actually get on some rocks and do some awesome crawling with it. But really impressed with it so far, especially for stock out of the box brushed motor. This thing performs great. All right, guys, now back into the RC drifting side of things. Went ahead and picked up a new chassis, man. That's right. We have yet a third chassis out of my RC drift cars. This is number 3. Now, I don't plan on keeping all 3. I wanted to test this chassis and see if I like it better or worse than my Master Drift 1.0. which we'll be showing you that as well because we've done some changes on that. We'll be going over that. But this is my brand new to me, brand new RC drift chassis. I'll pop the hood so you can show you what we got going on here. All right, guys, here it is, the brand new drift chassis. This is what they call a full form Hydra Shark, basically based on the Yokomo YD2, but has been upgraded with a lot of Rhino racing parts. We've got the, I believe it's the direct drive steering here. That is going to be way different than what I have. And we also have the, what do you call it? The independent front shock something, IFSS, something like that. And basically what this does is it takes the shocks that normally would be coming down vertically, and it moves them here horizontally to the top, and then they add these little clever little brace here so that when the car flexes, it pushes up on the rod, a little lever there, cantilever, and the little lever just pushes in the suspension. So, and the reason that a lot of people have tried this is because it definitely makes room here. So instead of having this big shock body here, you just have this skinny little rod. So you should, in theory, and this thing is not connected right now, but you should be able to get way more steering angle without the front shock getting in the way, as you can see. So that's the appeal of something like this. You want to get see if you can get more angle out of it, as well as it's just going to have a lot more. I'm trying to show you. It's not connected to a servo right now because I bought this as a roller. So we're going to put all my electronics in it for my MD at some point. But yeah, if you, there we go. There's a good example of steering angle on this. You can see it's just about at 90 degrees. Everything just seems like really good deep quality, really good machining on these parts. Everything has little dials. You can just dial in everything, have it exactly how you want it. I'm going to be rocking this exactly how I received it. I bought this as you see it. The only thing that this didn't have is this front bumper. I went ahead and picked this up and added this carbon Hydra front bumper here for it. I think I love the looks on that. And I added these overdose body pins here for the body. I will be putting Velcro on the back for the back mount. But yeah, everything else you see is exactly how I received it. So I'm anxious to try this thing out, see how I like it compared to my Yokomo MD1. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We're going to be putting some electronics in this and giving this a test out and seeing how we like it. This also has the CLSD differential here, and it's supposed to be included. And that's going to be interesting to try that out because it operates with springs and you get more traction and stuff like that as you pick up RPMs and stuff. So that's going to be interesting to try that out compared to you know, just a regular gear diff, which I've been using. Nothing wrong with a gear diff whatsoever. I really enjoyed the gear diff in my MD 1.0. So yeah, just trying something different, just seeing what it's going to, you know, the difference on the track is going to make. This one had weights already added to the rear. Not sure if we'll end up leaving those on, but we'll see how it performs. Like I said, just how I received it, and then we'll start making changes to it along the way if and when we want to go ahead and make those changes. Time for the updates on the MD 1.0. Well, we went ahead and got us a nice street body here. Nissan 180 SX, and this one I actually purchased it already painted, done up, had the intercooler in it, all the little strap details, lights, everything, from Germany. And what a phenomenal job this guy did. Found him right on RC Drift Marketplace. All I did was add the stickers that you see on the windshield. I added the hood clips here. It came with just hood clip little just visual ones. I peeled those off. I'll have to see if I can scrub that off. But we have the overdose hood pins. We added the stickers. Everything else you see on the car body itself was done. I bought it just like that. Spoiler. It's got the tailpipe, lights, the whole 9 yards. This thing is incredibly detailed. It's got the body kit, nice wide body kit. It's got all the emblems, Nissan. It's got emblems in the back as well. I'm very happy with this street body, man. Couldn't be happier. I just wanted to kind of get something that was already done and just kind of work from there. Because, you know, me and Seth did this body. We worked on this body together. So I already went through the experience of, you know, helping to make a body myself with some help. A lot of help. Thank you, Sepher. And I just wanted to get something that was already done up and just kind of add to it for my street body. So that's what we did. Went ahead and picked up these lab wheels here. Really nice chrome. They even have a little valve stem. Look at that. Nice little detail in there. Really like these wheels, man. They look really sharp on the track. They look excellent when they're spinning around. And I just love the chrome on that gray. So that was a new update with this one. Got some fresh new wheels for this. Still rocking the Rev D tires here for the P-Tile. All right, here with the Master Drift 1.0. Really do like this chassis. It's been giving me a lot of good times on the track. We definitely made some changes since my last video. We added this little nitro tank that displays the battery voltage, which is really cool. That way you're not guessing what your battery's at or waiting until it's completely dead to take it off track. I got these new plugs here for the positive and negative going to the ESC. 5mm posts, and these are really nice quality. They're good and thick and stable, and I just love the way these go together. These little pins just screw in. You can actually screw in different sizes if you need, so I try to make sure I link them below. As far as the rear, we really haven't made any changes in the rear other than the suspension. The suspension, we have went ahead and tuned it. We have taken out the original shock bladders and have put in some of the softer black bladders. I got them over here somewhere. Right here. We put those bad boys in there. All right. So we've added those in the shocks. We have went ahead and added the 6-hole pistons in the shocks as well. So added some more holes in the shock pistons to help it move down through the fluid a little bit easier. We're still rocking the 10-weight oil. And we went ahead and did the titanium shock shaft upgrade as well. So make it just a little bit lighter, and yeah, they feel fantastic right now. As far as the front end, that's where we've made the most amount of changes, and a special shout out to everybody at the RC Drift Track in Cinnaminster, New Jersey for all the help, especially Anthony Torres as well. Really appreciate you, brother. Thanks for all the help. And there's just so many other people that have been so helpful. But what we've done is we have basically widened the front end. I have pulled these arms on the bottom out further, as well as on the top, and then I went ahead and did a complete rack alignment to get my settings where I wanted this dialed in. Yeah, this thing's still far from perfect, but we have definitely added, I think, a significant amount of more front steering angle. As you can see, we're almost getting just about 90 degrees on our lead tire. And I had to cut this a little bit short just so it wouldn't hit this shock, but yeah, pretty decent. After widening the front end, that was able to get us more steering angle without hitting the shocks. So widening the front was definitely a good modification. And also it's going to help us to have a little bit more steering in the front. You definitely want to have your front a little bit wider than the rear. And what else? Oh, so Anthony suggested that we add some shims here to the steering rack. As you can see, we added 2 of these, I believe they're 3mm shims on either side, and that pushed these a little bit further towards the front, which enhanced will give us a little bit more push when we're trying to turn that wheel all the way over. So that has definitely helped. Adding the space for the shims was definitely a great improvement, as well as widening this front end, and of course putting it on the rack and getting everything dialed in. I believe we are at 2 degrees of toe out in the front, 2 degrees toe out, and then -8 on the camber. So as you can see, the main thing you want to focus on in drifting is your contact patch. So as your tire is turning, what you want to do is look at the bottom and see where it's gripped up. Now if you look over here, you can see there's a little bit of a, let me try to show you this. There's a little bit of an air gap when I turn this tire all the way. See that? Right there's a little bit of an air gap. But once we turn it back, we get that grip again. We're gripped up, we're gripped up, we're gripped up. Now we're starting to raise up on this side, lose a little bit of contact patch. When we turn the other way, see that? And boom. So right there, you can see there's a little bit of missed contact patch. But I think this is pretty decent. I mean, this is giving us a lot of tire patch, you know, in this range here, which is, you know, pretty much where we're at a lot of the time. So we're not usually at these crazy angles too long, more in this area here. So that's going to give us more grip, hopefully, in the front end when we're sliding around. So yeah, definitely happy with the Yokomo. Yeah, I'm going to be running this for a little while longer before I end up trying out the Shark that I got. But yeah, I'm going to be pulling all the electronics out of this and putting them into the Shark. And then I'll be testing out the Shark. And then I'm going to make my final decision on which one I want to move forward with to be my main chassis all the time, and which one I will be probably putting up for sale. Like I said, this chassis has been amazing, so I haven't written it off yet. But I want to see what this Shark can do and how it is working on it, and which I like better out of the two. What do I like better for adjusting and working on? Which are easier to work on? You know, which are a little bit more user-friendly for making adjustments, changes, stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll keep you long posted on for the ride for that. MST, I don't have any updates on that right now, but I wanted to kind of play around with the active tow in the rear. I have about 95% of all the stuff that I need to do the active tow, other than the longer drive shafts. So this has kind of been put on hold right now just because this is an excellent car. Make sure you check out my playlist, but the way it sits right now, it's an excellent car for just kind of out of the box drifting, and it's good for if you have a friend or a buddy that wants to come to the track. This is pretty much all set up, ready to go, and you can get them on the track having a good time, learning the concept, stuff like that, without having too much crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I am actually anxious to see, like, what does the active tow change on this? Does it make things better, worse for my preferences? What am I going to like more, active tow or no active tow? So yeah, I am planning on trying that sometime in the future, so make sure you click the bell so you get notified. But yeah, so there's all the updates on all the vehicles, except for one more. I think I'm probably going to need an intervention. I couldn't help myself, you know. I figured, well, I got the Scottsdale. Might as well get a trailer so I can tow around my drift cars, RC drift cars, on the trailer at the track, you know. Something cool to look at, something cool to kind of you know, showboat what you got, show your RC stuff, you know. This one is incredibly realistic. I got it from Temu for like 80 bucks, which is cheap for these things. I mean, this thing is all pretty much metal. It's got aluminum wheels. I mean, good weight and everything on the wheels. You know, good sturdy aluminum, good nice rubber tires. Everything's metal, like really nice quality welds and everything. Really nice, you know, trailer for $80. It even has the ramps in the back with chain hooks. Incredibly realistic. Those were a pain to put on, by the way. Oh my God, if you have a little finger, you're going to be cussing this thing out. But you have to build this thing. It comes as a box of parts with no instructions. I definitely recommend checking out some of the various YouTube videos on these 10th scale RC trailers, and they definitely help with, you know, getting your mindset in the right place to get these built. But basically, yeah, it's got the leaf spring suspension. It's got the dual axles. Really, really nice design, man. I am really happy with this. It's so realistic looking. I mean, yeah, really happy with this. It actually has working lights as well that just run off AAAs. So, all right, there you go. Rear of the trailer. We got the lights in there. Look at that, man. Got the red and the ambers. I love the little lens covers, man. They look so realistic. Man, they were a huge pain to put in. Now let's go ahead and show you the flashers. That's off, and then bam, you even get the flashers. Let's go. So yeah, it just runs off AAA batteries. Pretty cool. And you know, AAA batteries ought to run this for a while, just these 4 lights. But even has the tire writing on the outside walls. Check that out. I'll show you a picture of the Scottsdale all hooked up with some drift cars on it as well. See what it looks like. But these lights, oh my God, they were an absolute nightmare. So this plastic piece here is the little light bucket. They have to be pushed in from the front. Push them in this way, but don't go too far. They need a little bit to stick out so that they don't push all the way through. Yeah, and ask me how many times I've pushed those through. A lot. And then the little lens cap falls off. It's super annoying. So make sure that you take your time, push them in there, and then once you have them to where they're just barely poking out, that's when you go ahead and take your tighten your screws up there. You have a little screw right there, and that's what holds the little lights on, a little screw there. That screws into this other piece right here. That screws into this base here, and that's the only thing holding your light to the trailer other than the little bit of friction that's holding that in right there. So just that one screw. Then you have these little small little pieces. You go ahead and you push your light bulb through. Then you slide on those little pieces right here, and then you just screw those in tight, and then bam, they ain't going nowhere. But it's definitely a solid setup. I like how solid it is. I like how it's not going to be pulling out anytime soon. Definitely very durable. And here you can see there's a dual leaf spring. Got 3 leaf springs on each side, and then it allows it to articulate independently. So that's kind of cool. You see how it kind of rolls together. And there you have it, guys. There is everything I've updated in the garage, in the shop. The RC drift cars, RC drift chassis, the Scottsdale RC4WD Scottsdale, as well as the RC trailer as well. Man, I'm so very happy with everything I have right now. I think I'm finally at a place now where, you know, I can sit back a little bit and just enjoy what I have. But man, you know how RC is. There's always something else you can upgrade or change or buy or do this or do that. That's the fun of the hobby. It can be over when you want it to be over, and it doesn't have to be over when you don't want it to be over. There's always something else you could acquire along the way. But thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all your support on this channel, man. We are getting close to the 1,000 subscriber milestone on my eDrift channel. Guys, this is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. We're going to do a huge monster blowout giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you subscribe, click the bell icon so you get notified first when I put out new content with RC drifting, RC crawling, RC scale shop, anything RC, you're going to see it on this channel. If you're in drones, make sure you check out my other drone channel, eDrone, where I upload lots of drone videos on there, FPV drones, some camera drones, some drone reviews, some tutorials here and there to help you out, make it your life a little bit easier if you're looking to get into that side of things. But until next time, guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Hopefully 1,000 subs on the way. And I thank you guys so much for all your support. Greatly means a lot. And only one way to go from here. Thank you so much. Till next time, eDrift out.